Hi guys, this is Pastor Mark, your plant-based pastor, and I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2015. I'm broadcasting from Manila, recording in Manila here in Quezon City. Actually, technically, it's 4:25 in the morning of January 2, but I'm trying to stick close to and resonate with my original time, my home time zone, which is in Toronto. But anyways, Happy New Year. And I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on. I had a friend recently ask me what I do regarding food when I'm traveling, and you know, I haven't been long on this starch-based diet. I've only been since December 9, so we're looking at 3 weeks, a little bit more than 3 weeks now, about 24, 25 days. And I'll tell you, it's been really good. It's been a real experience. It hasn't been very difficult. Just to let you know, when I got on the plane, I had the presence of mind to be able to tell the stewardess if I could have vegetarian meals, and they took note of that. And throughout the whole flight, they were giving me vegetarian meals. It was great. Vegan meals. It wasn't. And whenever I asked for a snack or something, they would let me know if there were eggs in something, so I could avoid that. So that was awesome. They're really cooperative. I really appreciate Philippine Airlines for being able to accommodate that at the last minute. Normally, you tell them what you want to eat when you're signing up, when you're buying the ticket and that. But it's been great. I spent New Year here. I've been here since the 28th, Sunday morning, and what I've been eating, it's not easy to be plant-based in the Philippines. A lot of the native foods that are served, especially like for Christmas and for New Year's Eve, and actually every day, are not plant-based at all. A lot of it is pork, a lot of it is beef and chicken. Some fish, that kind of thing. But it's a challenge. It's really a challenge. And I think the challenge isn't so much finding ingredients and finding food to eat. The challenge is the attitude of some people who when they find out that you're not eating meat. I have, for example, my mother-in-law doesn't understand what I'm doing. She just thinks it's this little diet thing, and she doesn't consider what I'm eating real food. My gosh, I'm eating potatoes, I'm eating rice, I'm eating corn, I'm eating vegetables. And she doesn't consider that food. Her food is pork and chicken and beef and fish and shellfish, and that kind of thing. And she herself is struggling with. She's not in control of her blood sugar. It's way up there, and so it's like, this is real food. I can try to tell her, but she doesn't get it. And I think it's the attitude of people that's an issue, that is a challenge. More, it's frustrating to talk to people like that. So what have I been eating while I'm in the Philippines? If I'm surrounded by people like that, and if the general food is like that, what have I been eating? I've been eating a lot of potatoes, rice, corn. I've been cooking potatoes. When I first came here, I asked them to buy me some potatoes, and before I left from Canada, on this trip, I started eating a lot of potato wedges and baking them in my oven at 450 degrees for half an hour. And I wanted to do that here, and it just so happened that the oven was broken here, so they couldn't bake. It got fixed eventually for New Year's Eve, but so what I tried using for the first time was called a turbo oven, and this is this glass oven. It's small, it's about this big, and it's a convection style heat where the cover of the oven pushes the heat down. And you may have seen some infomercials about that, but they've been around for quite some time. And you can get these turbo ovens in any Chinese supermarket. Most Chinese supermarkets would carry that. And so we got ours. We got ours at a place called Oceans in Mississauga. And wow, I was really surprised because I'd never cooked with it before. At least I've never cooked potatoes there before. And wow, cut the time in half, almost half. Takes only 20 minutes. 450 degrees. Chop up the tomatoes. Put the wedges into the turbo oven. Turn it on. Let it go. Turns off by itself. Amazing, perfect potato wedges. I've been eating that every day. went grocery shopping the other day, bought some oatmeal, so I missed that, and I had some oatmeal for breakfast this morning when I woke up, which is awesome, right? I'm planning to make some soups. I'm trying to make some bean chili and some mungo stew with, of course, no meat or anything like that. Planning to do that. Bring that up with me. I'm going up to a conference to speak at a conference up in Baguio City, north of here. I plan to bring that up and eat that during the week. But you know what? There's lots of rice. Every meal is served with rice. Starch based. Can eat rice, no problem. I've had rice with Maggi sauce on it, which is 0 fat. It's a little bit like soy sauce, a little bit tastier than soy sauce. Love it. And my blood sugar hasn't really spiked. I've been able. It's amazing to me that my blood sugar has gone down. I mean, I mentioned in the first video that ever since going starch based, I mean really starch based, my blood sugar is cut in half. I mean, it used to be 13. I remember when I first got my doctor in the beginning of this month, beginning of December. My blood sugar was up there 13 point something, and when was it? By December 19, 10 days after I started doing this, I measured my blood sugar 7.1, and it's been hovering around that 7-ish, that kind of thing. 6.1, 7, 7.9, still a little bit high for my liking, but of course, it's going to take some time to adjust to this kind of, for my body to adjust and take that in. I'm anticipating losing more weight. I've lost a few pounds, but nothing significant to talk about or report here yet, but I'm really looking forward to that on the long term. This is something the long term. And which brings me to this idea, I've been wanted to talk about this, about type 2 diabetes, which is what I have. This is the reason why I started doing the starch-based diet and why I'm living a plant-based lifestyle as a pastor. Pastors, we have this blind spot that most pastors are not in good health. A lot of pastors are overweight, they're overstressed, they have hypertension, they have health issues, they're diabetic, and I'm like that, and that's got to stop. I opened my eyes and I've realized that that's an area of my life that God has to take control over. And I was just reading this morning, January 1, we start a whole new reading program, and in the Bible, and I've been reading. I just read Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 2 this morning, and God said, every seed-bearing plant I give to you for food, and all the green leafy stuff I give to the animals. And so my take on that is, I eat everything. I basically eat everything that has seeds in it, right? So I'm talking about starches. I'm talking about fruits. Starches, fruits, and vegetables, and a little bit of green leaf. I'm not a big fan of salads, but I've come across some great salad dressing recipe. I love spinach. You can eat lettuce. I love tomatoes and cucumber, that kind of thing. Some onions. It's great. To me, what makes a salad is really the dressing. And there's a couple places that I found on YouTube. Plant-based athlete had a great recipe for. Jay had a great recipe for salad dressing that I just love. Just 3 simple ingredients, and it's awesome. So, what I've been eating here I've been able to stick with it even while I'm traveling here in Manila. A lot of people have heart disease here. It's because they eat pork, and a lot of the people are the ones that are having the health problems. Not surprisingly, the people who live in the farmers who live in the province. In fact, the comment was from my mother-in-law was that I eat like a farmer, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I eat like a farmer, absolutely. I eat like a provincial farmer here in the Philippines that just eats rice and some vegetables and not too much meat or anything like that. I skip the meat part. If you want to say that I eat like a farmer, because these farmers, they're slim, they're healthy, they grow old, and they're still able to work on the farm. So I'll take it. I'll tell you who gets fat and who gets diseased in that are those people who live in the city and who eat a Western diet. They eat the standard American diet, and when you look at their lives, they may be smiling and happy, but their health is sad. Standard American diet. The result of that is huge centers for heart disease here in Quezon City. In East Avenue Medical Center, the heart center, all of that. Why? Why? Because Filipinos decided to adopt an American diet, so we start having the diseases like Americans do. So if it means eating like a farmer that way, and if it means like eating large quantities of potatoes and corn and rice and beans and being full and not having cravings, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. And you know, my motivation for this, of course, is to get healthy. And let me say this as well. I guess I'm putting a lot into this one episode, broadcast. Is my motivation going starch-based is not about losing weight. Okay, that's a byproduct. Going plant-based or starch-based, specifically, it's about getting healthy. It's about eating what human beings were meant to eat. Right? We are meant to eat these things. We were meant to eat starches and vegetables and fruit. This is what we were. That's the human diet. Just like animals have a specific diet, right? Animals have a specific diet that they go to. Cats, they eat meat. Dogs, they eat meat. You look at their teeth. They're made to eat meat. If you study what their tongue is capable of and the enzymes that are produced in their saliva, they're meant to eat meat. We're meant to eat starch, and I guess I'll have to save that for a whole different episode to talk about that. But there's a ton of stuff, you know. None of this stuff, of course, is original with me. I follow very closely. I try to follow John McDougall, and I want to point you to his website, drjohnmcdougall.com. Check it out. Check out his book, The Starch Solution. You get it online. You can buy it at Whole Foods or any other bookstore. You can order it. You know, the guys, a friend of mine once said that he goes with this other guru, because vegetarian guru, because it's more scientific. If you look at the experience and the research that John McDougall has done, you know, he's connected with T. Colin Campbell, he's connected with Caldwell Esselstyn, Neil Barnard. I mean, these guys are just at the forefront. Research up the wazoo. So this stuff, this is solid science and just being solid human. So thanks for listening to my little bit of my rant there. I want to thank you for spending the time to listen to this, taking the time to do that. I really appreciate you guys watching. And this is Pastor Mark, your plant-based pastor, saying God bless and have a prosperous new year 2015. Bye now.